What's the story in Morning Glory? What is up, Buttercup? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. So, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things that have been on my mind and I really wanted to discuss. Number one, I wanted to talk about Traci Braxton. First of all, rest in peace to Traci Braxton. I was first introduced to Traci Braxton when I started watching Braxton Family Values. I think when it very first premiered, however many years ago. And before Braxton Family Values premiered, I had no idea who any of the other sisters were other than Toni Braxton. And I knew a little bit of Tamar Braxton. So through the show, I got to meet and know Traci, Tawanda, and Trina Braxton. And out of all the sisters, to me, it seemed like Traci was the one that was the most down to earth and the most relatable out of all the sisters. Even though, she was trying to get back into the entertainment industry and, restart her own solo singing career, I didn't feel like she was completely like controlled or just like she just had to have this singing career, and she just really had to be in that whole limelight. I felt like she did want to sing, and maybe singing was like a personal thing for her. It really wasn't so much I need to push albums, I need to make record sales, I need to push. It seemed like she was okay with having a singing career, but she was even more satisfied with just being with her family. I thought that the fact that she was with her husband for as long as that they were together was extremely impressive compared to the other sisters who were always in and out of marriages and relationships, and everything was always up and down with them. Traci was the one that was the most stable out of all the sisters. And she was sort of like, I felt like the sisters, I don't know, obviously don't know them personally, so I'm not talking from experience and I don't want to be disrespectful, but it seems like when you looked at all the sisters collectively, Traci was more of an outsider. And because the other four seemed so focused on having these careers in the entertainment industry and being part of the spotlight and, just really building their celebrity careers. Whereas, Traci seemed like she could take it or leave it, but her real worth came from her family, her husband, her son, her parents, her nieces and nephews. Because when their niece passed away, which was the daughter of their brother, it was, well known that it really affected Traci probably the hardest, compare, just it really affected her when the niece passed away, because she said that, I remember her saying that, it was her niece was like her daughter. It was like her daughter passing away. She was more than just a niece. And so her family to me is like what really brought her that true joy, and had no idea that she was suffering from cancer. And it's just all around sad. I don't even know what else to say except that, rest in peace and condolences to her family and her loved ones. And then for the to know that her parents, have to bury a child, it was just really sad. So rest in peace to Traci Braxton. She will be remembered. Like I said, she really stood out as far as the Braxton sisters because, like I said, she was the one that was most relatable, the most down to earth, the one that seemed more centered, and more like just she was just really focused on her family, and I thought that was just a really beautiful thing. So yes, rest in peace to her. Moving on, Kanye, really quick. I don't follow all the details and the going ons of Kanye and Kim and whatever's going on there. All I know is like just the general overall picture. They're going through a divorce. I don't know if they're also going through a custody battle. I don't know. But, Kanye supposedly is out there online running amok, and it got so bad that Instagram had to suspend him for 24 hours because of for threats and bullying and intimidation. And the person in question is Trevor Noah. When he had tweeted something, or not tweeted, but he had made a post on Instagram saying something very racially derogatory towards Trevor Noah. So they had to suspend his account. And the things that he's doing with Kim Kardashian, as far as, I don't know if he's stalking her. Evidently, he's not happy about Kim moving on with this Peter Davidson guy. I don't know what's going on with Kanye, but he needs to really calm down. Kanye, I don't know if it's like the effects of being a celebrity when you are becoming derailed and no one can really help you because everybody around you is a yes man. No one knows how to tell you no. No one knows how to tell you you probably need to get help. And so he's just out there. And I feel like with Kanye, hopefully there is someone in his life close enough to him that can steer him into the right direction. And maybe he does need to talk to someone. Maybe he does. I don't know. I don't know what he needs, but this is just sad. This is absolutely sad. I don't know if he's assaulted two people or just one, but there was one story on TMZ where he cold knocked out someone on the sidewalk. I don't know if it was a fan or if it was a paparazzi. And then I saw this other video. I don't know if it's something recent or from a long time ago where it seemed like he was attacking someone else from the paparazzi. It was just like, I don't know. And it's really sad because there's children involved. You know, these kids are watching their father, and no one doubts the love that he has for his children and that fact that he wants to be a part of his children's lives. I don't see Kim Kardashian as someone who would keep Kanye away from his children. I just don't really see that happening. Maybe they have something in place, like a temporary order or some type of an agreement of when he can see his children. And maybe Kanye thinks that I don't care what's written on paper. I can see my children whenever I want to. When it comes to the breakup of a marriage, obviously the true casualties, if there are children, are the children. And I know that it must be very difficult for parents who are used to probably seeing their children every single day to now you're limited to a schedule, which must be really bizarre for the parent and the children to be adjusted to. Like, wait a minute. I was seeing my dad or my mom every single day. Now I can only see them on certain days. Like, what's going on with that? And the kids really don't understand. But let's just hope that Kanye gets the help that he needs, the support that he needs, and hopefully all of this stuff will calm down, because it seems like it's heading towards like a very crazy direction. And I just hope that, he's going to make a turn for the better and, calm the hell down, and that him and Kim can reach some type of amicable agreement. I always thought that there was the possibility of reconciliation between them, but now I don't really think so. I don't think Kim can really see herself going back to Kanye. And I thought that this whole thing with Peter Davidson was just a stunt, but it seems like it might be real. I have no idea. I don't know if all of this is just to promote their show that's on Hulu, the Keeping Up with the Kardashians on Hulu. I don't know what's happening, but it seems like, maybe her and Pete might be having a real relationship. And let's just pray for Kanye and for the children, especially for the children above all, and for Kim, and hopefully that they can reach some type of amicable agreement. Moving on, Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett, to me, I've never seen anyone as overdramatic as him. He my goodness, Jussie Smollett, I guess he was made for the entertainment business, because he doesn't know when to turn it off. He doesn't know when, this is not a scene. You're not reading from a script. You're not doing a scene. This is real life, and you have to act accordingly. So I watched Empire for a couple of years until the interracial couple, when the wife died, that's when I had stopped watching it. When she came back as a ghost, or the husband was seeing her coming back in his mind as a ghost, or whatever the hell was going on there, that's when I stopped watching Empire. But I did watch it, for a good, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 or 3 years. So I was very familiar with Jussie Smollett and the whole entire cast. And I thought he was like extremely talented. And I thought he was, the star of the show, one of the biggest stars on the show. And so when I saw him derail like this, it just really made me sad and very confused. Why you are planning and plotting a fake attack. Who knows what the hell is going on there? I don't know. And then so he gets convicted. He faces, up to 5 months in jail. And then in the courtroom, when he made that scene about, if anything happens to me, I didn't do it to myself. His lawyers and his family was really pushing for him to be released. So he ends up getting released. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. He ends up being released from jail. They're not going to hold him while the appeals are in process. But he does face, actual sentencing at some point in the future. So he may be going back to jail. Who knows? So my whole point about Jussie Smollett is this. Even though you were released from jail, and even if you were completely even if you won his appeals, and let's say he was exonerated, the fact still remains that you have this tarnish on your career. And you will always be remembered as the guy that faked an attack for attention. I'm going to assume it was for attention, because if it was for anything else, you might need to seek mental help. But I'm going to assume that it was for attention. So I just don't understand people who have worked so hard for their careers and to accomplish their goals. And they get to that point where it seems like, they have achieved so much in their lives, and they're living the life that, so many of us can dream of, but very few can actually attain. And then they mess it up with something so stupid and so unnecessary. It would have been one thing, let's say, if he had tweeted something that was inappropriate, or if he got canceled because, he said something by mistake about whoever or whatever, because people do that. They think that they're not doing anything wrong, and they'll say something, come to find out that whatever they said was extremely problematic, or if he did something that he thought was okay, but come to find out later, it's not socially acceptable. But it wasn't even like he said or did something by accident, or that he just wasn't aware. He plotted something that was completely fake for whatever reason, then he got arrested for it. It's like, you did something. You spent so much time and so much energy, and you did spend a couple of bucks doing this fake attack. For what? You had it all. Why mess it up? Why tarnish your career? Why do you always want to be known as someone who concocted this stupid plot for attention, and then you got arrested for it? That's the thing. And there have been people who've done really dumb things on purpose that have, tarnished their careers, ended their careers, but didn't get arrested for it. For example, the one that I can think of, like, he had this really glowing career, and then he did something so stupid that it didn't make any sense. It's Pete Rose, the baseball player from back in the 80s and 90s. He had this glowing baseball career, but then because he was betting on the games that he was actually playing in, which is so stupid to think that you would not get caught. I mean, betting huge amounts of money on the games that he was actually playing in, he ended up, I think they removed him from the Baseball Hall of Fame, or he never had a chance to even enter the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't really know how all that played out. And then he will forever be known as the person who betted on baseball games that he was involved in. Same thing with Jussie Smollett. No matter what you do after this, you serve your time and you come out, or you become completely exonerated, you have ruined your career. You will always be known. And of course, he will continue to work and he will continue to make money. There's always going to be someone that's going to want to use a Jussie Smollett for their project, because it's going to bring a lot of notoriety and a lot of attention. But you will always be known as the guy who faked his own attack. And then you used your you used your own racial and sexual identity to damage yourself. So you faked this attack, and then you came out and said, oh, these people attacked me because I was black and gay, and that's why they attacked me. So you're using your own identity to bring your own self down. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. I don't know. It's over, Jussie. It's completely over for you. Like I said, you will probably continue to work. You'll probably continue to make money after everything is said and done. You can always produce and write your own stuff, do your own thing, but you will always be known as that guy who ruined his own career for plotting a fake attack. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to rate the video, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later.